Katherine Simóne Reynolds' work reflects her life, her childhood, her everyday experiences, and her reactions to the world around her. Katherine explains her pieces, but leaves it to the spectators to decide what it all means to us. This is her story.
The dress was designed by me, but it was made by Michael Drummond. And I'm so, Michael, if you're watching this, I'm so indebted to you because we used over half of a football field of yellow organza. You know, I was like 4 or 5 when the video that my mom shot of me on the first Easter Sunday.
Okay, it's Easter Day. Yes, it's Easter Day, and there's Kat looking real pretty. Don't come up here, stay back there. I don't want you to get in the grass.
I cry every single time I watch it because it's just like so crazy, like how in tune I was with what I wanted at that age. And I just think that wanting to show this large dress and like how I'm still handling this really large dress and like a lot of not necessarily baggage, but like a lot of things are like being brought up just from like rewatching these videos.
Do it again, Kat.
I did all of that on my own. Like all of that, like I didn't have a crew or anything. And I think that me wanting to feel uncomfortable but still secure in myself was kind of what I was wanting to go for in all of those different landscapes. Aska How She's Doing was actually my first solo gallery show. It was a really emotional series for me because it's talking about Black female depression and the superwoman complex. I'm a hostess, and so a lot of people just kind of assume like you don't really have to talk to this person in general, but a lot of the times Black women and women of color, queer, trans, LGBT, like a lot of people are just literally not seen. These people came in and I was like, oh hi, like how's it going? How are you doing? We have a party of 6. And I was just like, so how are you doing? We're gonna have a conversation. And then that's when she like realized how she was acting and that I'm not just a robot and I'm a human being and that you don't just get to like treat me any type of way. So with Mane and Tail, it first came to me that like actually being a performance. So I wanted it to be a performance in a beauty supply. So I started thinking like, well, why is there like this barrier, but it's like not just at really the beauty supply, it's also like, you know, the fact that you do have chop suey or, you know, rice houses within the hood and things like that, like within Black neighborhoods, but yet there's always this weird barrier of like trust between both parties. And so I really wanted to talk about the ecosystem of the beauty supply. So not only like about Black women, but also about like African women, also Indian women, also Korean women. Like a majority of beauty supplies are Korean owned. The fact that it's being advertised in this way of like this is what beauty is, like especially outside of the buildings, like where you have these really long beauty ads of like Black women with like Indian Remy virgin hair. Like, so you have this language around like your hair and what you have is like probably either not good enough or like you need to purchase like this other type of culture's hair in order to feel beautiful. A lot of people in St. Louis have loved to go to the show, a lot of Black women, because it's showing that what we do is also important. It's not just something that should be like just on the fringe like of society, because it's also very much so being like appropriated constantly. So it also should, for me, not necessarily just putting it into a white box, like a white gallery space. It matters that people like need to see it, and I think that, and not just like think that they know what it is. That was a piece about basically my relationship to my body and post-dance. Either it was Trisha Brown or Twyla Tharp, I can't remember. She really liked this Black dancer, but she put the Black dancer in the back of this line because she said that his body was distracting. And so that was something that I kind of went through as well. Either you're placing me in the center to complete your symmetry, or you're not placing me there at all. And so I wanted to show that through a self-portrait series. So it's offering myself to myself. I used to think I knew what people would feel with my work, but I don't think that's my job. I think it's my job to explain my work, and I think it's my job to explain to people like what I'm doing. There's a lot of stress with trying to also make people feel some type of way about your work, but you can't control that, and that's a lot of stress that I don't have to have anymore. It was just realizing that and being okay with it. Because I love what I do, and I think that people should love what they do and not worry about what other people are loving or hating.
To check out more local artist stories, visit 9net.org/pieces.